What is up, everybody? In this video, we are going to be going over how to script using AI. It's very straightforward, very simple, and I've put everything together that you guys will need in order to script really solid short form videos in particular for your clients. As you can see, under these AI documents, I have a couple listed out here. Number one, we have the client info document, which is short form specific, and the short form teacher document. We also have a long form teacher document. I might cover that one in a future video, but I wanted to really hit home the short form one because I'm really stoked for it. So the first step that we're gonna wanna do is open up this client information document. And on this client information document, if you give it a read, you'll notice it's going to ask you everything about your client. The best thing that you can do is give this to your client. Give this part to your client or have an onboarding call with them, run through all this stuff, and you need as much in-depth detail as possible. What I always recommend when answering these questions is to not type it out by hand. Go on your phone and voice text it. The reason that I say this is because you're gonna go way more in depth naturally, and you're going to get way better information out of it, because when you're typing, it's like you're texting. You're gonna shortcut things. You're not gonna go into as much detail as you might want to. You're gonna get bored. It's not gonna flow off naturally. And you gotta remember, when we're talking to AI, the best thing we can do is give it as much information as possible. It doesn't matter if it's like punctually correct. It just matters that the information is on the page. So go through this and fill this out in depth. And I actually have an example that's already filled out. Let me pull that up and show you guys. Okay, so on this example, I filled this out for my own business. As you can see, it doesn't look pretty, but all the information that we need is going to be here. I went in depth on my business. I went in depth on my target audience. I went in depth on the main pain points that my clients are facing. I went into a little bit of depth on their goals, and then the actual service offering that I have. Now, like I said, the more you can put in here, the better. Like if this thing was 3 pages long, beautiful. That's exactly what we need. I probably could have went into more detail on this, but for this example, this will do just fine. So once we have that document all filled out, the next thing that we're going to need to do is download the short form teacher. So what is the short form teacher? The short form teacher is a, let's see how many pages it is, 44-page document that I put together using AI. I combined informational, educational videos on how to script short form content. I provided it real life proven videos that are actually converting, that have converted in the past. And what I did is I told AI, give me the most in-depth, nuclear, powerful guide as to how to script short form content. What that did is it gave me this literal nuclear in-depth guide, 44 pages long, that now we can upload to any chatbot and it's going to learn from this. So we're gonna just simply download this as a PDF. So the next thing that we're gonna wanna do is pop into Poppy AI, no pun intended. If you guys have not heard of Poppy AI, it is an insane tool, as you are about to see here. Within Poppy AI, you can actually create mind maps of whatever it is you want. You can link short form content, you can link long form content, literally anything. So I'll show you the board that I actually used to create the short form teaching document. So as you can see, I linked a bunch of educational videos from the Personal Brain Launch chick, who, if you don't follow her already, give her a follow. She's a dog. Her stuff is insane. I linked tons of well-performing short form content, and I also linked storytelling content, as well as some top trending YouTube videos on how to actually script and storytell. From that, I told AI to create the document that you then saw. So we are going to create our new board here, and we're going to call this Cool Guy Camera Club AI Scripting. So the first step, when we come in here, we're simply just going to click this little chat button right here. It's going to pop up a new chat. Now, once we have this chat all set up and ready to rip, we are going to then drag and drop the short form teacher document, as well as the client info document. So you can just simply download that one as a PDF as well. Download this one as a PDF. And then from here, it's pretty simple. We're going to drag them over here. And the first thing that we're going to do is connect the short form teacher to the AI chat. Simple as that. Leave this one out for now. But what we're going to do is make sure that we're on Claude 4. Claude is much better at scripting. It sounds much more natural when it comes across. And we're going to simply say this. I like to do voice memos, so we're going to go, I have a document here. It teaches you everything that you could possibly need to know about scripting out short form content. I need you to take an extremely deep dive into it, repeat it to me, everything that you learned about short form scripting, and I need you to master the task of scripting short form content. So now it's going to analyze that, and it's going to spit out just an insane amount of detail as to exactly what is in that PDF. You want to tell AI to learn the PDF, because now it's repeating it all back to me. It's taking that information in, and you can, if you really wanted to, you could go through and read it and be like, hey, change this, change that. We're not going to do that because this thing is dialed, but we can wait for this to be done generating. While we wait, beautiful sunset. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's wrapped up. Now the next step we're going to take from here is just simply connect the short form client information document, and we're just going to tell it to script. So I'm going to go into voice notes again. You can disconnect this other PDF. We're done using that. I'm going to simply go like this. Start a voice note. I attached a new PDF that has a ton of information on my client. What I want you to do is take a look at that information, learn the ins and outs of that, and then from what you just learned about scripting short form content, I want you to give me an entire month's worth of content scripted out, and make sure that they come out in boxes that are copy and paste. So I can simply just hit the copy button up in the corner, paste it into a Google Doc, and let it rip. Be sure to follow all the tactics that we just outlined here and give me some different content pillars that we are going to follow for my client. It's going to be insane. I'm telling you right now. Keep in mind, this is for my business, so this would be targeted for other business owners and stuff. So here it goes. We start out content pillars for Ryan Rail Media LLC, ROI and revenue education, system and process breakdown, pain point solution, authority and results, myth busting, and contrarian takes. So here we go. It's going to go and it's going to script out all of the content we want. And at the end, we'll pick out a random one. Let's just do this one, for example, and let's see what it says. Let's copy and paste the whole thing. Really put it to the test here. All right. So the hook, your followers are not buying anything. Having 10K followers means nothing if they're not converting into customers. Most sports brands have this exact problem. Lots of engagement, zero sales. The issue is not your followers, however, it's your funnel. You need automated systems that capture engaged viewers and nurture them through email sequences specifically designed for your products. We implement chat automations that trigger when someone comments, likes, or shares. They immediately get value while being seamlessly added to your sales pipeline. One sports apparel brand had 25K followers but was only doing 40K monthly. After implementing our lead capture system, they hit $85,000 in 90 days with the same follower count. Followers without systems are just vanity metrics. The real money is converting your audience into an email list and then into paying customers through strategic automation. Comment leads if you want our free guide showing the exact automation sequences that turn social media followers into email subscribers and customers. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let's pick out another random one. All right, hook. Your content strategy is broken. You're posting inconsistently, your content looks amateur, and you have no idea if it's actually driving sales. Meanwhile, your competitors are eating your market share. Every day you're delaying fixing your content strategy is another day your competitors are building stronger relationships with your potential customers. Amateur content doesn't just fail to convert, it actively hurts your brand perception. Customers judge your product quality based on your content quality. While you're struggling with content, your competitors are implementing professional systems that capture leads, nurture prospects, and drive consistent sales. The cost of bad content is not just missed opportunities, it's lost revenue, damaged brand perception, and competitors stealing your customers. So comment fix if you're ready to stop losing customers to competitors with better content strategies. Not too bad either. The beauty of this too is, like, for example, in this one, it gives like a case study. That's not necessarily a real one from my business, but what you could do is you could tell this chatbot, hey, here's a Google Doc with all of my case studies, all of my prior clients, all the results we get in them. It will implement your actual results into your scripts or your client's scripts. So like in this Poppy board, for example, you could drop a lot of online coaches right now. They're creating these Loom YouTube videos that are like interviews with their clients, and they're like testimonial videos. You could drop those transcripts in here, feed it to this AI chatbot, and say, hey, this guy or this video goes over results for X client. Analyze it and take this information in. It'll remember that and it'll implement it into your content going forward. So as you can see, let's see how many did it pump out. Gave us 15, beautiful. And you could tell it to make 100 if you wanted. It's literally endless. So this, highly, highly, highly recommend playing around with. Very simple, main key points. Go in as much depth as possible in this document. This is where a lot of the information is going to come from, especially talk deeply about the pain points and your target audience. And I guarantee you, this bot will give you insane results. So be sure to get Poppy AI through the link in the Skool community, and I'll see you guys in the next one.